Good Wednesday morning. This is the Finance Pastor. We are so excited about this wonderful day. Today is Wednesdays. The Thursday is the day before Thanksgiving, and there's a lot of movement in the market. We are here to provide you with some insight, and the stock market has been making some pre-moves market, and there's a lot of news that is affecting the stock market today, and we want to go ahead and take a look at it. Let's start sharing some screens here. And let's go look at some of the news that we have seen today. Let's share this right here. We are looking at Yahoo Finance. We have been taking Bitcoin at Thanksgiving is different this time. Bitcoin is one of those big market movers. It's been a bullish play, and right now it's kind of taking a little dip, but you're seeing a lot of people really enthusiastic about Bitcoin. One of the things is Kathy Wood mentioned that she believes that Bitcoin could actually get to the 1 million mark. And that is a long term play for me, but definitely Bitcoin really crossing over that 100,000 mark is really uh, a point where everybody wants to see, and that is news that is also moving the market. Let's take a look at some of the stories that I see here today, which is what I love here is we're starting to see that the DC is really starting to embrace the AI, and that is the next gen. That's the next generation that's moving really. AI and artificial intelligence really is going to be the wave of the future. Many of us who grew up watching the Jetsons as kids are actually seeing a lot of things that we thought were just a far-fetched story actually come into reality right now. And when you're looking at companies like OpenAI, you look at so many other ones, NVIDIA, AMD, and a lot of other big players, Palantir, and there's so many up-and-coming players in this industry that is going to create a lot of opportunities and actually a lot of new jobs that have not even been available are going to come to be available right now. It behooves you to start learning and how to use AI and this technology. Right now, OpenAI, it's a private company, but they are raising money, and it's looking like SoftBank plans to place 1.5 billion investment in OpenAI, and that is a big game changer because OpenAI has been in the forefront of a lot of the innovation that's been happening, and we are seeing just so many good things that are happening in this space. And a lot of it is you start seeing uh, Elon Musk also competing with OpenAI, and also you have NVIDIA actually partnering up or considering partnering up with uh, Elon Musk. And I think this is going to be something good. I think it's going to be something good for the future. I believe Elon Musk is going to be known as the father of autonomy. And I believe we are going to see robo taxis. We're going to be seeing like really to eliminate drunk driving, eliminate many things, and all those bad drivers that you see out there. This is something that I could really see as the wave of the future. And really, with AI, it's going to change the way we watch movies. It's going to be more interactive. And I believe that this is the wave of the future. Let's look at some other stories that are affecting the market. I put a CNBC here. We see the stock is S&P is inching a little bit lower, but pretty much everything is. Let's update this screen here. Let's see. Stock market should be open right now. Okay. Eh, it's pretty much flat. So Russell 2000 again, down another 17 points. This stock, the Russell 2000 in the last year and a half has been really making some big strides. It's probably gone up about 500 to 600 points by this time. But we are seeing a lot of money being moved out of the Russell 2000. A lot of the things that are really generating the money movement outside of the Russell 2000 is the threat of Trump's tariffs, which many people, I don't understand why all these media gurus have really kind of talked down about the tariffs when they actually worked the first time Trump was in office. So I think a lot of this is just they're upset. media. I mean, but that's what we have. That's why we need more conservative media, and that's why we want to bring here is bringing more of a balanced approach. We starting to see that some of the Trump's tariffs that they've been talking about, they've been very, very. I would say is condescending towards the Trump tax plan. And I don't disagree. The people have spoken, they know what they want, and we have a businessman as president of the United States without him even taking power yet. People already, he's already making headwinds and noise. You start seeing that the president of Mexico kind of just spoke back, maybe just kind of bouncing back uh, on the rhetoric here, you know. But then if you're a world leader of of a country, you're not exactly gonna let someone just talk you down. So I get that part, but there's a part where you know uh, where these countries have to bow down, because at the end of the day, the United States is their money bag. If they don't have the United States, they don't have customers. Their goods can't grow. So we're starting to see a lot of the news-driven stuff here. Wall Street Journal got a couple of stuff here. Intel, I see they're trying to raise capital. One of the one company that I'm very interested in is in Rivian. Now, I'm a huge Elon Musk fan, so that hasn't changed my investment in Tesla. I am still bullish on Tesla. But what I am is pro competition too, because it helps all people. So Rivian is one of those companies that just got a loan to build a high end type of manufacturing in Georgia, and that they secured a loan from the United States. So that is something that I'm looking towards because I believe that Rivian is going to have good quarter earnings in the next year. How? Uh, I was in Seattle a couple of weeks ago and in New York City, and I've seen something that was kind of mind-boggling with all the vehicles that I've seen from Amazon. They were all Rivian vehicles, and there is a push towards electric vehicles. Uh, Even though I like my Ford, my gas guzzler, I still think this is the wave of the future. And with having electric vehicles, I think it paves the way. It paves the way for autonomy with an electric grid that can control. Kind of like the rides. I was just in Disney World, and kind of like the rides that you see that have the bumper cars. I could see stuff like that on the road where you have almost like this thing that drives the car. It's like cool little like I guess technology. I don't know what to describe it, but I do see it, and I see this as a part of it. So let's go look, and then let's get back here. And let's start looking at some charts here. I want to go look at, and I want to share my screen on one. Let's go look at, I'm going to look at Thinkorswim, the paper trading account that I have here. And Thinkorswim, we're looking at right now at Tesla right here is a 5 year part right here. Let's see what Tesla is doing. Is up just a little bit, not much. It was up pre-market in the 340, 341 era. Right here, I have a position on stock and on options. Kind of still waiting for it to make a move. This right here is a form. Right here is like a place where it's trying to look for a no man's land. It is trying to find a place where it's going to go up or down. Many people feel that Tesla will go to the $500 range, but when? That's the key. But when? And many people are bullish on this. You have a lot of retail investors that are pushing this stock up. But you also have a place where a lot of institutional buyers are really finding a place of solace. And I'm looking at that if Tesla does come down around the 311, 312 range, you could see a lot of institutional buying pushing that stock up. Many believe that that 400 is the first place where it's going to test. It's got to test the high of 414 until it tests that high, it's still gonna be in that in no man's land till if we test that range. But if it passes that 415 area, we could see it build a new step in the upper direction. Let's look at some other stocks here. What we was looking at, the Russell 2000. Again, I was talking about that one. Russell 2000 is kind of forming like a wedge pattern over here. I feel like it's forming this pattern, and let's see what it does. I want to look at it from a shorter calendar. Let's look at it from a look at it from a 6 month calendar. Apply it, and it's just see it. You kind of could see like where I drew the pattern of probably a couple of weeks ago, and just see it's almost following this trend line, which I kind of like. So if you a credit spread trader and you love trading the Russell 2000, this is one that I would be looking at. I'll also be looking at if you're going on the bottom side, if you're legging in. I'll be looking under that two 2200 area, that 2150. You can set up a leg down. You're only probably going to get a credit of probably 25 cents, 20 cents. It's not going to be a lot, but it's almost like the push upwards is one of those things that really concerns me, because the Russell hasn't been in this territory ever, and you're kind of seeing a big push. Now, this is what I do see. Many people believe that the tariffs are really going to affect the mid cap companies here. I don't think so. I really don't think that it's going to affect either. What is going to promote is more manufacturing in the United States, which is a plus, which means that more Americans work. And I think this is the type of the leadership that we need in the United States, that gives innovation to people who want to build businesses. You have many entrepreneurs in the US. Many of you here are entrepreneurs. And you can see yourself like, hey, this opens the opportunity. If the cost of the goods are more expensive in China, in Mexico, in Canada, and it's cheaper to make that here, I think I'm all for that, because when you create more business owners, you create more wealthy people. More wealth creates even more wealth. And I believe that we have so much land that there's room for everyone. We have so much undeveloped land that I think you're going to start seeing new cities being developed. So there's opportunities for everyone if you look at it. And for me, I'm all about the pie is bigger for everyone in here. So that's what I'm all about. Let's look at the Russell. Let's look at, I was looking at the futures earlier. So these are all futures. Let's go pick some other stuff. Let's go Apple. Here we go. Apple down just a little bit. Not much. We got a 6 month line right here. Just kind of straddling this line up here. Let's look at it from a bigger standpoint. Let's look at it from a year. Yep, it's just kind of hanging out right here. So Apple really, it's kind of almost in a place that a lot of stocks are here, and maybe some people are waiting for the arrival of Donald Trump so they can get clarity on how to make investments. It's almost very easy to try to jump the gun. I've been there. I've been there like many people here. Let's see what the S&P 500 is doing. SPX. Let's go. Okay. Uh, Down a little bit, not much. But like I think the stock market here either could do a late rally, or it's just gonna stay in no man's land, and everyone's just gonna go home for Thanksgiving and just enjoy it. So you could see a flat day, a light day in the stock market. Tomorrow the stock market will be closed, but you will see some movement probably in the stock market. Probably Friday, you got a half a day. So you have a lot of light trading, but a lot of light trading creates a lot of retail buyers to push the market up. And I still believe if any news comes out over the weekend, anything that comes out that is significant is going to be pushing the market up on Friday afternoon. Many people want to get ahead of the curve of the Santa Claus rally. And I think when many people see how many people are out and about on Friday, how many people are in the stores, I think you're going to see a lot of investors seeing that as a sign of positivity, a sign of the market is making some great strides, and people are hopeful. People are hopeful for the future. People are hopeful for their savings account. People are hopeful for their 401ks. And you're starting to see that many people are really optimistic. I'm still haven't seen drops in real estate. That's the thing that I'm looking for. Real estate, I haven't seen prices drop down, even though interest rates have inched a little lower. But what I want to see is either is wages going to go up, or is real estate going to come down? And it's one of those things that you have to wait and see. There's no way around it. And sometimes, if you had a crystal ball, if you had the insider feel, possibly is you can make your way that way. But you start seeing that a lot of the stuff that you start seeing is uh, it's got to follow it. You got to follow the wave. You're never gonna make the moves that the institutions do, but you also gonna have make the moves uh, that you have to follow. And I got some chats here. Let me check. And this is like the first time I do this. So hey, good morning, Anita. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And all right. So we're starting to see this here. So a lot of it is just waiting what's going to happen in the morning here, but I could see the stock market just really just having a either flat day, doji day. But it's good thing. So what kind of companies you guys want to look at that possibly might be one of those Black Friday or Santa Claus rallies? You're looking at companies like Target. I believe Target right now is at a no man's land because you have it has been beaten up. And let's look at Target actually, because I think I am bullish on Target, even though they had the foolishness with all their agenda. And I always think that when Christian people actually step up and speak up and speak about the foolishness, you keep them from making money. So right now is I see the stock is at 128 right now. To me, this is in a place. Let's look for a little longer time where this is in a potential. I'm not saying go out and buy it right now, but this is in a potential buy zone. Why is that? Why? Because it's still a good company. People are still going to shop here. And if you look at this range right here, this is a 5-year chart. This stock is in a place right here where it's actually is in a great place right here. This place right here, that 122 range, it's really a good place right here. So I'm going to add Target into my watch list. This is more of a long term play. It's not just going to turn around right away. So, but this one, I would look to go back to the high of 268. But this is also a stock that has a leadership issue. Straightforward, this stock has nothing but a leadership issue. This is a leadership issue where your customer base, you've taken out a whole customer base and kind of treated them like crap. That's why this stock has been hammered for 2 years. And for the people who said, I'm not purchasing there anymore, your voice is being heard. Your voice is being heard because this stock has gotten beat up. And that's ever since this is when they started with their nonsense. So I'm looking at this stock as a possible opportunity for long term. Long term in the stock market is anywhere from a year to 3 years. That is long term in the stock market. You start looking at portfolios of a lot of great investors, like your Warren Buffett, like your Kathy Wood. You start seeing them that a lot of them churn or turn their portfolios every couple of years. With the exception that Warren Buffett really has kept companies like Coca-Cola for a long time, Hershey's, companies like that, companies who have a competitive advantage. And those companies really don't need to reinvent anymore. Really, they just need to acquire. So we have looked at some great stocks this morning, and we are looking poised for a great day in the stock market. Just want to see what kind of news is coming here, and we can kind of gauge if there's any news that's come out since we started. Not really much. Technology, let me refresh these. Not nothing much here. CNBC, let's go here. S&P still flat. Dow has been good. Russell, all right. Russell came back. Russell's up on 19 points. So basically is taking back everything that it gave up yesterday. It was down 17 points. Russell again. I mean, this is a play. I'm looking at that one. You credit spread traders, if you've been on the bull put spread, you've been getting hammered on this stock. But this is something that the Russell 2000, 20 points up. Uh, you know, this is a one that you almost have to leg in with a bear call spread. You almost have to leg in with a bear call spread here. Then place your top position almost close to expiration date, and you're probably going to get like 30 cents. So it's almost like a timing play here. Nasdaq down, whatever. All right, you got Fed. You got the Fed news coming out. We everything's gonna come out to 2:30. Let's see what the Fed rate shows. But anyway, Jerome Powell. We got another 2 years of you, and let's see what happens. Let's see what if the Fed chairman is going to cooperate with this administration. That's something we're just going to look at. Until, but for now, we are having just a pretty good day in the. I mean, it's kind of flat. What you expect? It's kind of day before Thanksgiving, and we just having fun Thanksgiving. I don't know about you, but I'm ready for some mashed potatoes, some gravy, some candied yams. I'm ready for all the good stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy your Thanksgiving. May you have a great time with your family. I'm getting time with my family. I'm enjoying it. I'm recording live from my studio in my basement in Chattanooga, Tennessee. It was a joy getting to speak with you guys this morning and just share what the stock market is doing. I believe today is going to be a pretty decent day in the stock market. But as we go along the next 4 years, as you want to start padding your 401ks, your savings plan, it behooves you to start making investments in the stock market and actually start taking control of your financial investments. And you can see that with many sound principles and even biblical principles, that you can make some wise decisions just by looking at the future. You start seeing that I'm very passionate about the stock market, and we are going to see some great opportunities in the next few months. And I think that we are going to see opportunities to really take advantage of the stock market. So I hope you guys have a phenomenal weekend, and that you guys enjoy your Thanksgiving. Until next time, see you guys.